She married him 2 weeks after Taylor Swift's wedding. And nobody saw it coming 2 weeks. That's all it took. 2 weeks after Taylor Swift walked down the aisle to marry Travis Kelce in front of 1,000 guests at Madison Square Garden, her ex was standing at an altar of his own, inside Madonna's former Los Angeles mansion, marrying a woman he met right after that very breakup. And by the end of this video you'll see just how many other stars quietly said, "I do" this year, in a wedding season nobody expected to be this big. Summer 2026 has turned into one of the biggest celebrity wedding stretches in recent memory. It started with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce making headlines on July 3rd. Then, almost like clockwork, one famous couple after another followed them down the aisle. But the story that's really turning heads right now belongs to Matty Healy, the frontman of the 1975, and the timing of his wedding is impossible to ignore. Let's start where the internet's attention is right now. On July 18th, Matty Healy married model and Nasty Cherry member Gabbriette Bechtel. The ceremony took place at Castillo del Lago, the historic Los Angeles estate once owned by Madonna. It wasn't a spontaneous decision. The couple had actually been engaged for 2 years, ever since Healy proposed during a Charli XCX concert, a night that already felt personal given Bechtel's friendship with the pop star. For the wedding itself, Bechtel wore a white drop-waist gown with a tulle veil, keeping her hair in a soft half-up style and her makeup minimal. The guest list stayed tight and familiar. Charli XCX was there, whose husband happens to be Healy's own bandmate George Daniel. Model Alex Consani and Devin Lee Carlson rounded out the circle of close friends. And at the altar, Healy sealed the moment with a dramatic dip and a kiss, the kind of image that was always going to end up everywhere online. Now here's where the story gets interesting. Healy and Bechtel first sparked dating rumors back in 2023, right after his split from Taylor Swift. So when their wedding landed just 14 days after Swift's own marriage to Travis Kelce, people noticed immediately. Reports haven't suggested any direct connection between the two events. The timing appears to be coincidental, rather than intentional. Still, the internet doesn't need confirmation to connect dots, and this one practically drew itself. Bechtel had actually been dropping hints for weeks. Back in June, she shared glimpses of her Las Vegas bachelorette trip, stepping out in a vintage Chanel blazer and skirt, getting playfully handcuffed onto a private plane, posing next to giant balloons spelling out her soon-to-be married name, and even dancing with an Elvis impersonator. She also kept a life-sized cutout of Healy's face by her side the entire trip, captioning one photo simply that he was always with her. Meanwhile, the wedding that started this whole chain reaction was on a different scale entirely. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce brought their relationship to Madison Square Garden on July 3rd, marrying in front of roughly 1,000 friends and family. Comedian Adam Sandler officiated, and the couple wore custom Dior designed by Jonathan Anderson. It was the kind of wedding built for headlines, and it set the tone for everything that followed. So why does any of this matter beyond the gossip? Because these two weddings, back-to-back, kicked off a broader pattern. Once Swift and Kelce made their marriage official, it seemed to open the floodgates. Suddenly, name after name from entertainment and sports started confirming their own quiet unions. Supermodel Paulina Porizkova married TV writer Jeff Greenstein in Italy, 3 years after matching on a dating app, surrounded by 100 close friends and family. Vampire Diaries actor Paul Wesley confirmed he'd married his longtime partner, Natalie Kuchenberg, in an intimate ceremony. Country singer Zac Brown married jewelry designer Kendra Scott in Greece, just a year after they first went public as a couple. And country star Lainey Wilson married former NFL quarterback Devlin Hodges in an outdoor Tennessee ceremony, describing a small waterfall behind the altar as the detail that sold her on the location. The list keeps going. Today co-host Al Roker's daughter, Layla, married her longtime partner in Paris, timed just before Mother's Day as a gift to her own mother. The Boys co-stars Jack Quaid and Claudia Dumit tied the knot in Australia. Vampire Diaries alum Candice King and Steven Kruger eloped in Nashville while she was pregnant with their first child. Even Wheel of Fortune's Vanna White surprised fans by announcing she'd quietly married her partner of more than a decade. What's striking is how many of these couples chose privacy over spectacle. Small ceremonies, close friends only, announcements made well after the fact instead of massive press rollouts. It's a sharp contrast to the scale of the Swift-Kelce wedding, and yet both approaches are dominating headlines for the same reason. People are genuinely invested in these relationships. Which brings the story back to Healy and Bechtel. Their relationship has always been described by those closest to it as something steadier than the public narrative suggested. In past interviews, Bechtel has spoken about wanting a real partnership rather than performing one, and about hoping for a future built on simple things. Quiet dinners, shared time, no distractions. Now, married and out of the spotlight for the moment, that's exactly the chapter they're stepping into. So in the span of just a few weeks, two exes from very different chapters of each other's lives both found their way to the altar, with completely different people in completely different worlds. Taylor Swift closed one story at Madison Square Garden. Matty Healy opened a new one at a historic mansion in Los Angeles. And somewhere in between, half of Hollywood apparently decided it was time to get married too. Which of these 2026 weddings caught you the most off guard, Matty Healy and Gabbriette, or Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce? Drop your answer in the comments, and if you want a full breakdown of any of these couples' relationship timelines, let me know which one to cover next.